Hey guys, this is Tony with Tar Heel Travels. First, let me say I'm not really great at making these videos. I usually make driving videos, which is what this channel is about. So please like and subscribe, watch some driving videos. If you have any suggestions for those, let me know. But this is a true story. It actually happened when I was in high school. We actually did this. If you have any questions about it, or if you have any driving videos that you would like to see, leave it in the comments below. Please hit like and subscribe. The second thing I want to say is the gold's still out there. I did some research and the land is still owned by the same people. So I don't think they found it, because if you've seen the land or knew where the land was, then you would definitely know that they have not found the gold yet. So let me start this video. Well, let me tell you also, in this video, I'm not going to tell you exactly where the gold is. I did leave clues and some hints in this video about where it's located. The thing is, I don't want 4 million people coming to North Carolina, digging up the earth, destroying this beautiful landscape, because I love this state, and we don't need that. But there are clues. There's some, if you know how to decipher really well things in this video, then you might find out about where it's at. I didn't leave the exact location in the clues, but you know, it is what it is. I don't really want anyone else to find the gold, because I still plan on eventually being able to buy the land and get the gold myself. But leave it in the comments below if you think you know where it's at. So let me start here by telling you how I came to this conclusion back in high school when I was researching for this paper. I've always been a geography buff. So this next portion of this video is how I came to that conclusion. And it was in the 1980s, a time before video games and when all kids still played outside. When adventure beckoned on the horizon, me and a high school friend embarked on a journey that would forever change our lives. Today, I'm taking you back to that golden era where youthful curiosity, a touch of rebellion, and a dream of striking it rich led to a discovery that to this day lies buried in the heart of North Carolina. My name is Tony with Tar Heel Travels, and I'm about to share a remarkable tale of how me and my friends stumbled upon gold in the Tar Heel State. It all began way back in high school when I was assigned an English paper that gave me the freedom to explore any topic. You see, I've always had a fascination with geography, and I had recently read about the gold rushes in North Carolina during the early 1800s. Little did I know that this school assignment would set in motion a thrilling adventure that would resonate with me for decades to come. As I dove into my research, I noticed something intriguing on a state map, a geological anomaly that piqued my interest. It was a set of rock formations eerily similar to those associated with past gold discoveries in the area. Yet in all the history books, this particular location had never yielded a glimmer of gold, nor was there evidence that anyone even tried to find gold in this area. Armed with this knowledge, I couldn't resist sharing my discovery with my best friend, a kindred spirit in adventure. His name was Stephen, and together we hatched a daring plan to unearth the treasure that lay beneath this land. As we embarked on our journey and explored the terrain, we stumbled upon gold near an outcropping of rock. But there was a catch. The land in question was owned by someone else. Fearing that our precious secret might slip away, we chose to keep our discovery hidden for the time being. Our strategy was clear: make enough money to buy the land and then return later in life to claim our riches by digging up the rest of the gold. But life has a way of taking unexpected turns. I joined the Army, and my friend Steve enlisted in the Navy. Each of us drifted into separate paths. Time moved on and our dream faded into the shadows, buried like the gold we never retrieved. Fast forward to the present day, and I found myself packing up old memories and mementos from my time in the military. It was then that I stumbled upon this gold quartz crystal. To me, it is the very symbol of our forgotten dream, the gold-laden quartz I had unearthed 4 decades ago. It's like a beacon igniting the memories of our youthful ambition. Eager to reconnect with my long-lost friend Stephen and rekindle the dream we once shared, I set out to find him. However, fate had a different plan. I've learned that he passed away shortly after leaving the Navy. Now, the 3 little gold nuggets that Stephen found remains a mystery to me. Whether they were sold, hidden, or lost in time, I may never know. But the one thing is certain: the gold-laden quartz that I hold in my hand is the only proof I have of where that treasure lies. So join me on this incredible journey as I share the untold story of how 2 high school friends took a chance, followed their dreams, and uncovered a secret that lay hidden beneath the soil of North Carolina. This is the tale of how we discovered gold in the 1980s and it's a story that's been waiting 4 decades to be told. So, the first thing you need to know about where gold is in North Carolina, most of it happens here in the central portion of the state. It's called the Carolina Slate Belt. It's mostly rocks originally deposited by volcanic eruption and sedimentation over time. It occurs here in both lode, which is vein or mineralized zones, or stream sediment residual deposits. Um, Although the deposits were mined in both the Piedmont and mountain regions, most of the early production was in the central Piedmont, particularly in Mecklenburg County around Charlotte. However, it has been found in other places in the state, and there's old gold mines that you can still visit to this day as like a tourist attraction. So, to understand where the gold came from this volcanic activity, you have to understand that 500 million years ago, North America slammed into the African continent. But on its way across what we'll call the Atlantic, even though it wasn't the Atlantic back then, there was a volcanic island chain in the middle of the ocean. And as North America got closer and closer to Africa before it slammed into it, it's basically merged with this volcanic island chain. And all of that land got pushed up into the land of North America. This merger of the North American and African continents created the Appalachian Mountains as the crust of the earth basically bent and formed the rolling Appalachian Mountains. However, the material that was pushed up from the volcanic mountain chain became the Uwharrie Mountains in the central portion of North Carolina and is where the Slate Belt is located. So, gold was discovered in North Carolina from all of this in the 1700s. And in fact, around 1850, before the California gold rush, gold mining was second to only farming as far as like an occupation in North Carolina. It was that big. So, my hypothesis in this school paper that I was writing was just that in 1849, the California gold rush started. And with all the miners going out to California to strike it rich, and then with the Civil War, um, it decimated North Carolina and its economy. Gold mining basically came to a stop. But I thought, hey, if all this wouldn't have happened, there had to be more gold out there that someone didn't find. So when I looked at the Carolina Slate area and then the Uwharrie Mountains, I did research that the Uwharrie Mountains used to rise 10,000 feet above sea level, kind of like these mountains pictured, and have since eroded down to just 1,000 feet. So what I did for the purpose of this paper is I matched up all the different rocks in North Carolina with a topographical map, and noticed that this island chain that had got swept up in between North America and Africa apparently was not just where the Uwharrie Mountains are, but was statewide. So the rocks that came from it weren't just in the Charlotte area where the most of the gold had been found, but had stretched up through the southern Piedmont of North Carolina as well and into Virginia. Then, as you remember, all of this material got pushed inland from the collision of the North American and African plates. And so the gold mines actually lined up to where gold was found to the west of where a lot of this one type of rock was located. So, needless to say, my paper was very detailed and I did get an A on it, and that was great. But in studying the county that I lived in, the reason I used a topographical map was I noticed a certain type of topography, yeah, I can't speak today, lined up exactly where all these mines were and where the gold should be, except for one location had all of these elements, and yet gold had not been discovered there. So, being young and adventurous, me and my friends snuck out one afternoon on a weekend and went down to this property and snuck on the property. It wasn't owned by us, and we didn't even know where to begin to look. But we did see this rock outcropping, and so we just dug around it for a little bit just to have a little fun. We weren't expecting to find anything. So hitting around the rock a couple of times, um, had some shatter off, and I saw this like white kind of funny looking rock. I guess it was the quartz, and I hit that a couple of times, and that's when I found the gold quartz crystal. And I guess that just really lit a fire under Steven. So he just started digging like crazy. We spent another 30 minutes out there, and he found three tiny gold nuggets right there. But it was getting dark. We had to leave. So we left. So after that, the rest is kind of history. We had planned to just keep it a secret, find a life of our own, make enough money to buy the land and go back and then strike it rich. However, with the army I was in and he was in the Navy, we just kind of separated. Never, I had even forgot about it for the longest time until I found a little blue lockbox when I was packing up to move, and it had like old military papers in it. I didn't even remember the combination. I finally got into it, and it had this quartz crystal in it with the gold on it. So that's kind of brought me back to it, and I hope one day to be able to get enough money to buy this land. But that's our story of how I discovered gold in North Carolina, still sitting out there under the dirt, probably a whole bunch of it too, from what I figure. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please like, subscribe, comment. And as I said previously, I like to make driving videos. I will make some more of these types of videos. If you like them, just leave that in comments and let me know if you prefer me to make any more driving videos that you would like to see as well, or where would you like me to go. Thanks a lot.